Hello, I'm Rob Fellows, International Reiki Master Teacher, and I want to talk to you today about 6 ways that your pet might be suffering pain in silence. Animals, just like humans, suffer pain for a whole host of conditions. But unlike us, we don't, your pet can't say, hey, I've hurt my leg, or my back hurts, or I've banged myself and I've got a nasty bruise, etc. They just can't say that to us. And so in many cases they can be suffering in silence. But there are some key indicators that can give you an idea that your pet might be suffering from chronic pain. So the first one is that if your pet's gait has changed. So when they're walking, they walk differently to the way that you recognise. That could be an indicator. Number 2, if your pet doesn't want to run anymore, and when they walk it's in a sort of laborious way and they struggle with walking, and even if that's going to their food bowl, again that's another indicator that they might be in pain. And number 3, if your pet is all hunched up, whether they be walking, so they're or standing or sitting, so their posture has changed from the posture that you recognise. Again, that's another indicator. Now, fourthly, if your pet is off their food, normally they eat perfectly well and sort of dig into their food, but now they're off their food and they're not eating. Again, that could be an indicator that they're suffering from unrecognisable pain. Another indicator could be that if when you stroke them or touch them they wince or they become aggressive. Again, that can be that perhaps they've got pain on that particular part of the body. So normally if you let's say you can give them a rub on their tummy and they don't want you to do that, they either walk away from you or they sort of growl at you or wince, then again that could be an indicator to you that they've got pain going on. And then point number 6, this is especially for cats. Now cats can often disappear for a whole chunk of time if they're in pain. So if your cat disappears, then when they do reappear, or when you find them lying under a bush or behind the waste bins, etc., then just check them over to see whether there's any pain going on. Now the good news is that in many cases this pain can be dealt with by going along to the vet and getting a diagnosis. So I would urge you to do that. If you've seen any of those telltale signs that I've just mentioned, please can I urge you to take your pet along to the vet and get some form of diagnosis and perhaps treatment. But there's something else that you can do as well, which is perhaps where I can fit in with my Reiki work. Now Reiki is a natural and holistic therapy, so you could potentially engage me to send remote distance Reiki to your pet, which will complement any work that that your veterinarian has prescribed for your pet. So that's one way that you could that I could work with you to help your pet. The other way is that you might want to learn Reiki yourself, and it's very simple and quick and easy to do. And I've developed a number of animal-based home study courses. There's one for cats, one for horses, one for dogs, and one that I call Animal Reiki Healer. And I've also got one specifically for dog groomers. So if you wanted to do this yourself, you could quite easily take on Reiki yourself. And my home study course is very quick and simple to do. You just basically follow my guidance in the colour manual that I send over to you, and once I've what's called attune you to do Reiki, you can then give your pet Reiki healing whenever you need to. So if you think that might be of interest to you, you can find out more details on my website, which is robfellowsreiki.com. But primarily, if you suspect your dog or your cat or your horse or your small furry animal is in any kind of pain, I would urge you to go along to your vet and get a proper diagnosis. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thanks for watching.